Hello, everyone, and welcome back to Pretty Real Persona. I am your host, Ariana Reese. Yes. So first, I want to do a soul check. How are you guys doing? How are you guys feeling? How's this week been for you? How's work? How's the kids? How's life going for you guys? Let me know in the comments. Leave a comment about how you're doing, how life's going. For me, life has really been like, I will say kicking my ass, but one thing about me, like I handle life as life comes. So I've been kicking its ass back for real, really just tapping into my resilient energy. Like I feel like I'm just now starting to transition. Like the transition periods will humble you. And that winter season will humble you. When it's getting dark around 5 p.m., that shit will really humble you, I promise you. So I've been doing good. I've been feeling overall good. Like most days I'm feeling just okay. Um, but the sun is out today. So I'm feeling better. So today's episode is about love is a practice, not just a feeling. Because baby, if love was just a feeling, half of us would have broken up before breakfast. It's like love is definitely more than just a feeling. Like love is consideration. Love is showing up even when you don't want to or don't feel like it. That's why I can't, it's love is not just a feeling, because even if you don't feel like it, you still have to show up. Because tell me why you can be madly in love by 9:02 a.m. and then by 9:17 you're questioning everything because someone didn't text back. Today we're talking about why love isn't just butterflies, chemistry, or vibes. It's a practice, a daily one. And yes, some days you skip practice and it shows. It definitely shows. So I want to talk about some of the lies we're sold about love. Um, Rom-coms told us love is effortless. Meanwhile, my real life needs a user manual. Like love is not effortless. Love is intentional. Love is consistent. So tell me what you think about that. That is effortless. Like that's not effortless. That's putting in work. That's intentionality is work, baby. Um, like we're taught that love should feel easy, constantly exciting, always aligned. And that's not always the case. Like the real danger of chasing, like there's danger to chasing feelings instead of skills. Like feelings can last for 30 seconds to a minute, and they can last even longer if you dwell in it feeling, but feelings come and go. So that's why you can't just, you know, rely on love as a feeling. Like you have to rely, like when it says skills, it means like someone who's showing up. Like that's a skill, to be constantly showing up and constantly intentional in a relationship, any kind of relationship. Like that itself is a major skill. So you find someone who has a good skill of showing up in love. Like that's real love. Like it's not always exciting. Sometimes it's boring as hell. And you gotta romanticize it, and like it's constant work. It really is. And it's like feelings can fluctuate, but commitment doesn't have to. Like when you're committed to someone, like no matter how you feel, you're going to do right by them. You're going to show up for them. You're going to be consistent. You're going to love them in the ways that they need to be loved. Even if it's hard for you to show love in that way, you're going to work on it. Like it said, a daily practice. It's genuinely a daily practice. Like love is something you do, not just something you feel. And as soon as we practice that, you know, there'll be a lot more love in the world. And there's a difference between like chemistry versus like emotional consistency. Like chemistry a lot of time can be natural, like sometimes like the banter that you naturally have with someone, or like the physical attraction, or like just the things that come supernaturally that you want and need for a relationship can show up as the chemistry. But then it's like emotional consistency is like learning someone's like mood patterns, someone's like emotional like regulation patterns, like, and helping them through those. And then like that showing up, like again, showing up no matter how hard it is, and showing that like remaining consistent emotionally, even though like your emotions may be fluctuating. Like you can feel things, but that doesn't mean you're always reacting to them. Like, yes, some days your partner can absolutely, get on your nerves, or you're tired of them, or, you feel like, they haven't been loving you in the same way. But at the same time, you have to like also consider what your partner is going through. And you can't always just be thinking of yourself and how you're not receiving love. Think about what they're actually going through, because at the same time, yes, you will be partners, but at the same time, you guys are living a different life, but living in a shared space with shared goals, of family and community. So it's like, feelings are like weather. Practices are like climate. One changes every hour, the other shapes the whole environment. So if you know what I'm talking about, leave a comment, about what, like some of the lies you were sold about love that didn't come true. So now I want to move on and talk about, what it actually means to practice love. Because, practicing love is choosing kindness when you're annoyed, which is very rude of the universe. Because it's like, it's not easy to be kind um when you're annoyed. It's not easy to be kind when you're angry. It's not easy to be kind when you're sad or you have nothing left or you're exhausted. Like, it's not easy. But because you love someone and you don't want, to hurt someone's feelings, or you want to, it's about be intentional the way you love someone, and you never want to hurt someone. Like, it's, you practice being kind in those moments. Like, and then it's like when you aren't kind, you apologize for those things, because love is a daily micro choice. Like, making sure you're listening instead of reacting. Like, when I say listen instead of reacting, when someone is telling you how they feel, literally be completely quiet and listen to everything that they are saying to you. Like, don't try to get, a couple words in here, a couple words in there. Just completely listen and put yourself in their shoes. And then um, let them know, validate them in what they're saying, instead of reacting because what they're saying makes you feel away. You have to fight it out. You have to repair instead of disappearing. Like, it's not a choice to like walk away from a conversation of how someone's telling you how they feel, or how things are going wrong, or how things need to improve between, you two. Like, it's not, you have to be committed to repairing. Like, you have to fight it out, whether it's late at night, you both got to be at work, you both got responsibilities. You have to argue it out, where you are simply just not ready for a relationship or a long lasting thing, or you just simply haven't practiced, loving enough. Um, be committed to choosing curiosity over assumptions. So when your mind is telling you, oh, they don't love me, or they don't care about me, or because they did this or did that, like, simply like stop feeding into the bullshit. Literally just ask them, like, this is, I've been feeling like this is this. Ask them, like, what's going on. Literally ask questions, ask clarifying questions, so that you aren't just relying on the things that your mind is making up. Because if you've ever heard the saying, like, um assuming makes an ass out of you and me, like, yes, it really does. That's the truth. Because a lot of times, we perception is this thing where it's like, we all don't perceive things the same way. So you can't always assume that like what you're thinking in your head is the same thing someone else is thinking, and that's why they did what they did. You have to literally ask. Um, you have to show up even when it's inconvenient, and that's just the outside of just love. Like, that's in just community in general. Like, it's hard to be, constantly showing up for someone. It's enough to even just be showing up for yourself. We're all learning, ourselves at the same time, but it's like, you have to sometimes be able to stretch your capacity because it's just important. It's, it's like, as you continue to practice it, like, it just becomes something that you do, and you just have to, like, people need people that they can rely on that are dependable. So that, you know, relies on you showing up, even when it's inconvenient. Like, you have to regulate yourself before asking someone else to regulate with you. And then choose consistency over intensity, because a lot of times, them intense moments, that intensity is toxicity for real. Like, so it's like, if you been dating someone, talking to someone, or you have a family member or someone who's in your life that is super consistent, like, you choose them. Like, those are the people that's supposed to be around you, and also reciprocate that to them as well. Love is practiced when you pause instead of pop off. When you say, help me understand, instead of you always. Like, love is a practice. So let's move on. So love in seasons when the feeling is quiet. Nobody talks about we're fine but tired phase of love. Like, normalize emotional plateaus in relationships. Like, just like life is up and down, relationships can have up and downs. And let me tell you this one thing: up and downs is not cheating. That's not an up and down. That's abuse. And it's like, when love is quiet or it's not as exciting, that doesn't mean love, like, the love is broken. That just means, like, you're either, it could be in transitions of your life, or, like, you need to do something that excites each other again, or like read, like, making sure you're, maintaining the things that keep love strong. Whether it's like going on dates, whether it's like talking more about what's been going on in your guys' lives separately from each other. Um, how routines can be romantic if you let them. Like, it's just, I swear, it just comes all down to intentionality. Like, make sure you're scheduling time to be romantic, to be, to have fun outside of the normal day routine, because, or even with, not outside, like, planning it in with your normal routine, like, so that you're always hitting those things. Because sometimes love isn't fireworks, it's peace, and peace doesn't trend well online, but it lasts. And then it's like, practicing love really starts with you. You cannot love someone well while emotionally abandoning yourself. And ask me how I know. Because it's like, the moment you do, you cannot love someone from an empty cup. Like, you have to be pouring into yourself as well. Like, you can only really fully love someone the right way from probably a full cup. Like, you can't be pouring out of your cup and not pouring anything into it. Like, self-trust is the foundation of healthy love. You have to trust yourself, which means you have to do, if you have goals, you have dreams, you have to, or you have, priorities or responsibilities, you have to do everything you said you would do for yourself. And you start with that, doing everything that you say you would do. And establishing boundaries, that is, it in itself is an act of love. Um, Emotional honesty versus emotional dumping. So I will say, sometimes you need just a mind up. For me, what really works is getting a journal. I have a journal. I'm on about my 14th journal. Well, I'm about to be on my 15th because I just finished my 14th. I think I have like one page, literally one page. But, like, that's where I do all my emotional dumping, and I get real raw, you know, real raw. Um, and just like real honest with myself. Like, it can be draining to others when you're emotionally dumping on them, but it's like sometimes you really need to vent and get things out. So that's why I say it's good to have a journal, so you're not kind of like emotionally overwhelming someone else, especially if it's something that's very deep. Um, you have to love yourself through your unhealed moment. Like, we are all working on our healing. We are all, and it's not linear. It's up and down. And some days we might think we're doing good, and then we go back, and it's hard. It's not easy at all. Um, and it's like the way you practice love with yourself becomes like the curriculum you teach others. Like, that's why it's important to start with loving yourself as well. And it's like when you practice loving yourself, um you in tune show that great love that you're showing yourself to others. um and it's like love isn't something you fall into and hope survives. It's something you return to again and again with intention. Feelings start relationships, practice sustain them. Like, keep that in mind. So if this episode shifted something for you, share it with someone who's learning how to love more consciously. Comment or DM me one love practice you've been committing to this week. Follow Pretty Real Persona for conversations that help you build real love, not just romantic illusions. Subscribe to us on YouTube and become a part of the Pretty Real fam. And if you're ready to practice love differently this year, this space is for you. So thank you guys for listening and tuning into Pretty Real Persona. I am your host, Ariana Reese. Bye.